I'm back with another really short update. Um, kind of sort of, no, I don't know if I should say bad news, but in my mind it is. Anyway, I had my, well, postpartum, I guess, checkup today with the doctor or whatever, and um, my froze. Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna go in and get this whole like full exam done, or not necessarily a full exam, but at least like a, I don't know, like a vaginal check or whatever, because like I did a lot of research before I went or whatever, like trying to see, get a feel for what would go on during that appointment. Other than them asking you, are you, well, am I fine, and and all that kind of stuff, and how do I feel and all that. So I was thinking that they're gonna do more, or I don't know. I guess I just looked too much into it. I don't know, but I think it's the most weird doctor's office I've ever been to. And I know for future, I don't know, future pregnancies, future whatever, just regardless, checkups, I won't be going back because I was very dissatisfied. But anyhow, they didn't do any type of check. I read where they are supposed to like do this little check, whatever, like where they check your uterus, I suppose, is what they're checking. I guess to see if it's back to its normal size and all that kind of stuff. And that's when they okay you to go back to whatever you were doing before. Like, I don't know. But they clear you for, to say everything's fine and, you can just, I guess, whatever. But anyway, I was expecting them to do all that kind of stuff. I was expecting them to do, just, I guess, routine stuff. I read online where they're supposed to do another pregnancy test and just to see if you would, I don't know. But, they didn't do any of that kind of stuff. They didn't take a urine sample, which I thought was really stupid and weird. None of that stuff, man, like at all. So I was really pissed. I was highly pissed off. Like I blocked off my entire day for this appointment, thinking there was gonna be more time consuming than it was, and I literally was back in the office for like 10 minutes, what it felt like, and that was it. The doctor just came in and asked stupid questions. Well, not stupid questions, but questions that just well, how are you? How have you been feeling? How's everything been going? And I explained whatever, and that's pretty much all he did. And he just told me what I already knew. And what pissed me off is like I was saying that this was the case during the time everything happened. I was in the hospital, and he came in and spoke with me and explained that they didn't have a reason as to why anything happened. It just happens to some women. And in my mind, I didn't believe that because I'm like, okay, if I'm totally healthy, or and the baby was healthy at the time, like I mean, I get that things can happen, with no reason and all that crap. But like, I don't know. I just had this feeling that that wasn't true. And so, come to find out, like I knew, he told me, he was like, well, um, you have. He said, well, he said it like this. He was like, it seems safe to say that you have an incompetent cervix. I'm like, what do you mean it seems safe to say? Have you, they didn't even check none of that kind of crap. So, okay, I'm really frustrated right now. But anyway, point is, that's what I guess they diagnosed me as having or whatever, which I already knew in my mind that had to have been along the lines of something that could have been wrong, some kind of issue with my cervix, whatever. So he was explaining like, okay, for future pregnancies, if you were to plan now to get pregnant, because he's like, it's safe, if, after you've had at least 2 or 3 cycles or whatever, which I've had 2. Um, yeah, already. So anyway, and he was like, well, if you ever plan to get pregnant again, the only thing we advise is that you let the office know as soon as possible, the doctor, I guess, and the nurse and all the crap. Let them know as soon as possible when you plan to get pregnant, or when you conceive and you find out that day of, let them know, whatever. And I guess they'll go from there. And they're like, well, with this thing or whatever, there's this procedure that they call cerclage, which I've researched all this stuff. Everything he's telling me, I already knew. So anyway, not that I'm trying to be like a know-it-all, but I do my research, and it's like, but whatever. So I already knew all the crap he was telling me, so I'm sitting there going, yeah, okay, I already know this. So anyway, he was like, well, we'll have to do this cerclage, and we'll have to insert it or go in and do this procedure around the 3rd or 4th month, basically like, I don't know, 12 to 14 weeks. I guess it's during the 16 weeks or somewhere before 16 weeks It's what I'm guessing, but not after. But anyhow, and he's explaining, the procedure, and they go in and they do this sort of things like a clamp or whatever. And it's, I guess it's supposed to hold you or hold your cervix from, in my case, dilating too soon like it did, and going into labor beforehand like I did, and all this kind of stuff. And he was like, there's a good, it's a safe procedure, and it's, he said that there's a good success rate with it, which I've done research and I have seen a lot of success stories with it, and I've seen some that hadn't had success stories. But my thing is, I think you need to stop looking online so much at things, because it tends to get you nervous. Like, I look at some of the negative stuff about it, and I'm like, But anyhow, I try to keep a positive mindset, and whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen regardless. And he was like, some women choose not to do that, because some believe that it just happens and it just happens, and that they're capable of doing a second pregnancy without having all that kind of stuff, which I thought about, and I was like, well, if I were to ever do that, I was like, I think I would go with the cyclage thing, just to be on the safe side, because I'll be like seriously devastated if it happened again. I'd just be like seriously depressed. I would even like try again for anything like kids or anything. But anyhow, so I'm talking because I want to make this quick and not long. So anyhow, I'm talking fast anyway because I want to make it quick and not uh, a long video. Anyhow, yeah, so basically that's what he was saying, and he just advised, if I were to ever get pregnant again, or if I plan to do it again, to let the office know and all this kind of stuff, so they can get me as soon as possible to the cyclage thing, so that I have a better success rate with um my second pregnancy or whatever. And he was like, usually they go in and induce you like, I think around like the 35th week or somewhere around that time, they will, I guess, go in and remove the cyclage, and then start the process and all this kind of stuff, which in my mind sounds pretty safe. And I'm like, well, it's better than taking that risk of not knowing what will happen. So I think if I were in that case and I had to choose, I would do the college thing. So anyhow, yeah, that's all I want to tell y'all. Yeah, and other than that, I've been doing fine. Internships are going fine. I'm just tired of it, ready to graduate, ready to get it over with. So anyhow, that was it. Let me think. Was that it? Yes, that was it. Oh, congratulations to all the women that have had their babies on here. It seemed like I would go on every day and there was another one having their child. I was like, oh, so sweet. Yeah, baby Talia, I think it's pronounced Talia. She's so precious and cute, and best of luck to you, Mommy Yar, I think it is. Yeah, I don't want to say it wrong, but yeah, she's so cute. Congrats to you both, and who else? Like a lot of people. I shouldn't start naming names, but anyway, all of you guys. It's more than that, but my time is running short. But anyhow, I just remember that came up really quick. So thanks and subscribe.